He was rolling on the ground for about 15, 20 minutes. He calls me next day going, you mother, you broke my ribs. I'm like, what'd you expect? I'm sorry.
I drank like basically a whole bottle of CBD this morning. I'm not even fucking here right now, dude. I don't even know what planet I'm on.
It's all good. You look really spaced out.
I'm fucking gone, dude.
I got this, boys. Hey, welcome back to Impaulsive, the #1 podcast in the world. Thank you guys for listening, watching, viewing, and subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed, work on it.
Yeah, maybe do it.
Make it happen.
Do your best. That's all we can ask from you is just do your best.
We're in a bit of a mood today. Like I have a sinus infection. I just got back from the doctors. Told me I have stuff in my throat.
Dude, what's going on with you, man?
I'm sick 6 months out of the year.
You've been sick for 20 years.
You know why, bro? Because I'm not vegan like you.
That's true.
And Andre. I see these guys walking around the house, just crystal clear skin.
Yep.
Throats
just running up walls.
I've seen Andre on like Spider-Man hanging, bro, just from his hands.
Yeah, that's about 3 years after being vegan. You can start climbing on ceilings.
That's cool.
Yeah.
He told me he can't get sick. He could just walk into like a chamber with a bunch of sick people and it just doesn't affect him. He's got like an iron fucking dome.
He told me that too. But I knew you were sick one day for like 2 days.
Me too.
And you'd ask him and he'd be like, no, I'm fine.
It's called vegan sick though. It's like half-ass sickness. It doesn't really set in, you know what I'm saying?
I told you. Everyth's half-ass. Vegan sick, vegan dick. Like I can't even imagine being a girl having to fuck a gluten-free vegan, dude. Shout out Blue. I don't know how you do it, dude. Oh shit. Can I even say that? I didn't mean sex. I meant like the transfer of energy. My bad, dude. No offense. Where is she? Fuck.
No comment.
They're energy partners.
Fuck,
comment.
they're energy
It's
partners.
like, bro, it's like a girlfriend without all the bullshit.
Facts.
Like she's there to exchange energy with you, not like complain about things.
Bro, we were at Andre's vegan birthday party the other day, and the shit you see at these parties, bro, I like try to keep my mind open to it. It's so amazing. But I saw these people. There was one guy, and then there were two girls, one in front of him, one behind him, and they were going like this to him. And I'm like, yo, I just out of curiosity, like, what the fuck is going on over there? And they were like, oh, it's they're doing a healing ritual, and they were like.
Yeah. Transferring energy.
Yeah, and I was like, damn, dude. I was like, wish somebody would heal me, dude. What the fuck is good? They're hot girls, by the way. Hot girls too, because the vegan skin. Vegan skin is incredible.
It's the best part about the vegans. They don't have pores. Plant-based food gets rid of your pores. It smooths them over.
Yep. It's like they rely on photosynthesis. Like
I've seen Spencer on his back out in the yard, like kind of doing this before, like a beetle in heat.
Yeah.
But I saw at Andre's birthday party, I turned on the Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz fight.
Oh, yeah.
Because, that's where I happened to be.
Yeah.
And as a not professional boxer, maybe 0-1 as of now, assuming the appeal doesn't come back in my favor.
1-1.
No, I think the first one's amateur.
Doesn't count.
Yeah, don't
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, he's chilling.
The point is no official victory yet, but who needs that? I'll probably get there.
We're working on it.
So I turned the fight on, and I was sure that I was going to be reprimanded by the vegans because, let's be honest, bro, if you're vegan, some things that just go hand in hand, pacifism. Let's be honest, I'm surrounded by pacifists.
Dude, are there any like combative vegans that just want to like eat plants and just fight?
Nate Diaz.
He's like one of two, bro. There's two. Point is, I turned on this fight and I was scared I was going to get yelled at because all the vegans are like dancing in their circle, praying, healing each other. And here I am watching like a very violent sport and distracting from the true king of the night, which was you, Andre. Then they made it their own again and claimed the territory because they started doing acro yoga in front of the TV.
Oh my God. Yeah,
do you remember that?
You're like watching like the most important round and you see some girl getting elevated by someone else's legs and she's like, I'm flying, Jack, look at me.
Exactly.
It's like, yo, what the?
Hey, you guys, as much as you joke about it though, you've enjoyed the community.
Fantastic,
right?
Bro.
Coming over to the Mother Tree. No, you haven't? You're lying, bro.
I enjoy
it. You got a soft spot too.
I enjoy their sentiment.
Okay.
I had a heart to heart with Andre's girlfriend the other day. I told her, I was like, yo, I've given it so many tries, and like I think I'm at the point where I've officially put my foot down, and like that life is just not for me.
There's just something I like it because there's something to be said about people that just can't be like shaken by like any of the normal like shakers of life. Like they're just like you could see a vegan literally out there get hit by a car and they just bounce back up and they're just like Like, gotta think of the positive side of things, man. What the fucking positive is there about getting hit by a F-150? And they just pop up. They're like, dude, you never know who you're gonna meet at the hospital, man. Like, as they get wheeled away on the fucking gurney. And they're like, I met the nurse in my dreams there, and it changed my energy and aura spectrum.
By the way,
Like,
that's how he interprets
positives. Just constant positive vibes.
It's accurate.
Bro.
Yep. So many vegans getting hit by F-150s. It is so common nowadays.
Tesla truck though that night.
Ooh, the Tesla truck. I'd be blessed to get hit with a Tesla truck. A fucking rhombus on wheels.
I ordered one. I pre-ordered one.
We think it should be
rhombus
called
on
the
wheels.
rhombus.
Ooh.
Because it works, bro.
Did you hear why it's shaped that way?
Because they relied
can't-
on a fourth grader to draw the fucking concept for it. And you're just like,
They went to a geometry class. Someone drew a
wheels on a
triangle on
fucking
it.
hexagon.
No, it's
No,
because
they can't cut it because it's like what kind of it's
the steel
right. It's like
makes it
steel,
impossible
stainless
to
steel,
bend and
they
put
can't
in
bend
a
it.
design other than
Yeah.
polygonal.
I
shapes.
hated it at first. I think it's dope.
It's sick.
Are you guys a fan of the truck?
I think it's cool. They got a lot of pre-orders.
200K, over 200K now.
200,000?
Yeah.
$20 million, right? Because it's $100 to
$100
to
to
pre-order.
secure it,
I wonder how many people will follow up with that. You think all like percentage?
I think quite a few, man.
You're a numbers guy.
I don't know. I just think it was funny because like so many people were just like, just bought the new Tesla truck.
No,
and like
no,
hella
you
people were like
didn't.
flexing on Instagram, dude. It's like $100.
It's $100
dude.
to get
Yo,
it.
but my thing on it too is like,
That's smart though on their end.
hell yeah.
That's so
It kind of, because they have their like confirmation and shit, but it looks like one of those things where it's like, you know, those like really like fashion forward things that happen and people are just like, it's only because of the hype that they buy it. Like somebody's like their dress to the Met Gala is really like a raincoat with like human heads dangling off the bottom of it. And they're like, oh my God, Jared Leto fucking smashed this one. But it's only because it was Jared Leto and Virgil worked on it.
And you can never wear it again.
Yeah,
one
like I
of
feel
one.
like people are just like, yo, you know what? Like cars are cool, aerodynamics are cool, but fucking I'm buying a hexagon on wheels, bro. Like only because everybody else is fucking.
I'm about it.
They also built an electric ATV. It's like the little brother of the truck, and
Yeah.
it's very cool.
I saw that.
I would love to get that.
I said one way to spice up the rhombus is to put a 50 cal on top of it because it looks like that.
It looks like it needs it.
You know what
Yeah.
it looks like? Is a warthog from Halo.
Yes. Yeah.
It really
exactly.
does. Yeah.
If you put a turret on top,
a big
you're
50
chilling.
cal turret, dude. Like they should have that as like an add-on. Like, you know how you could add on, you could buy the 1 engine, 2 engine, 3 engine. They should do 3 engine plus 50 cal machine gun.
Plus turret.
Is there a chance? I hate to be this guy. Is there a chance that the truck actually doesn't exist and Elon just uses this as a quick scheme to raise like 20 mil?
$100,
a quick 20 mil?
100%. I said $100, 100%. That's how much it costs. But yeah, definitely, bro.
I don't think so. Because have you seen the video of it?
The only reason I asked,
literally
bro,
pulling an F-150 uphill.
That was insane. That was insane.
That was crazy.
Dude, I think it's because since it's a battery, it's an electric vehicle. The battery is incredibly heavy, and the truck, the pickup truck, stood no chance.
Yeah.
But the reason I ask is because I don't know how to say this. Where is the Tesla Roadster that was going to come out in 2020? Have we heard anything about this?
Was it supposed to come out in 2020?
The electric semi truck that is supposed to come out next year. Jake pre-ordered it.
Yeah.
By
Well,
the way,
it's
for
not 2020 yet, is it?
$25,000. It's not, but I've heard the Tesla Roadster is being pushed another year.
Oh, really?
And I'm assuming
I think a lot of it comes back to the gigafactories that they're making. I think it like takes
Yeah, what's
more
good with
time
those
than expected.
gigafactories?
I don't know, bro. It's taking time.
It's whack.
If you're
dude.
building an electric car company, you
Time's
gotta
not
put
something
time
we
into it.
have all that much of, bro, because people are killing the earth with koala bears are burning. I don't know.
oh yeah,
But there's like a lot of death going on. Like Elon's got to hurry it the fuck up and get
he
us our
does.
fucking giga
Yeah,
trucks.
he's got to get his shit together.
Well, here's some good news. Black Friday is on this Friday.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
FashionOver.com is going live this weekend with the biggest Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale. And I believe it. Coming from a person as a business owner, I do some big Black Friday sales, but Fashion Nova got me beat. As you guys know, we are big fans of Fashion Nova and all their gear. Not just hot girls on Instagram. They have dope clothes for men too. Like me, I'm a guy. Shop Fashion Nova and Fashion Nova Men during this limited time offer. Fashion Nova also just launched a new payment installation plan with QuadPay. You can purchase your entire order and Fashion Nova will break up the total into 4 payments/installments. It's super easy and everyone is instantly approved so you can look fly for your holiday party and not go broke. Shop FashionNova.com.
There we go.
They actually sent me some stuff, a lot of stuff. I'm getting emails about like they probably got me like 50 pieces of gear. So
There we go.
Yeah, I wish
I have some
You
of
should-
it.
Yeah. You should be a brand ambassador for Fashion Nova. That
Well,
seems-
Rich, what's good, dude? I need some money.
I'm sure he'll make it happen.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, wow, I'm hyped.
Yeah, this is big.
This is big.
This is really
Our
big.
guest today is arguably the most popular fighter in the history of the UFC. You can call him champ, you can call him the Iceman, and you can call him an Entourage guest star. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Chuck Liddell.
Oh, hell yeah.
There we go.
Wow.
How you guys doing?
What's
Amazing.
up, Chuck?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man.
Good. You walked in this way, which makes you the third guest
guest
to
of all
officially do
time.
that. But
Facts.
number one in my eyes, Chuck.
Well, thanks. I'll take it.
How you feeling, man?
I feel great, man.
Are you still training?
Yeah, I still train. Yeah, I'm coming off. I just had neck surgery and knee surgery, but
Recently?
about 2 months ago. Yeah, so
That's not great. That's pretty recent.
hey, man, it's wear and tear. I could beat up my body for. I'm turned 50 in December, so beat up my body for about 40 years training.
When are you gonna stop, man?
I don't think I'm ever gonna stop. I ain't planning on stopping ever. So we'll see.
What happened to the neck and knee? What was the surgery?
My knee was just my bone on bone, wear and tear,
Cartilage,
cartilage,
yeah.
bone on bone. I had to get a partial knee replacement, which they do this real well nowadays. So they said if I was playing football, I could go back to football after. So
is that
I think
considered arthritis?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. And then my neck was just I was actually pretty bad. I wear and tear by my 3 and 4. It was tapping my spinal cord, so I couldn't pass a drug test. Sober. We're fighters. I sit there, guys. That my doctor asked me, "Are you feeling any symptoms? Any balance? Anything?" No, I'm fine. I'm good. He's like, okay, do me a favor. Go across, stand on the other side of the room. Close your eyes and walk to me heel toe. And I started trying to walk. I'm like,
That's hard. That's
tough.
difficult.
Yeah, yeah.
well, I couldn't do it at all. Dead sober. I couldn't. I falling off the side. I'm like, wait, no, I got it. Hold on. Give me a second.
Oh no.
I couldn't. Okay, so I'll try to balance on one foot. I'm like,
No, that
close your eyes. I can balance on one foot with my eyes open. I'm close it. I'm like,
it's next to impossible. Before my fight, and you've had to do this too. They made me stand on one of the foam mats that are this thick, stand on one foot and close my eyes. It is impossible. Right now, when you're watching this, wherever you are, I don't care where you are. If you're in class, you do this right now. You stand up on one foot and balance. Now close your eyes and balance. It's so much harder. So I mean, maybe it's not.
It's a lot hard, but it was to the point where I couldn't. I had not but I could cheat it because I think when they
I do that too.
when they did actually they showed up for a surprise urinalysis and they did a neuro test for me while I was there too. I'm like, what am I doing a neuro? I guess because I'm 40. I was 48 at the time, so I guess they want to do an extra neuro test. So, but they did that, and I was fair. I couldn't do it. I'm like, okay, okay.
You cheat, yeah?
I just cheated a little bit. My eyes open a little, cheated a little bit.
You can squint a little bit.
At
As
what
long as you
point are
can
those?
see.
Yeah.
At what point are those tests like impossible too? Like like the ones with the cops when they're like when you're drunk and they have you come outside your car and they're like, stand on one foot, put your finger on your nose, recite the alphabet backwards while also reciting the Declaration of Independence forward. You're like, yo, what? I couldn't do this when I was 18. Perfect. Like it's impossible, dude.
Yeah. So it was. So I had to get that stuff cleaned up. But I mean, you got to pay the piper sooner or later. I put my body through a lot, and I'm getting off cheap, I think. So
You still plan on fighting?
I spent a lot of training. I do some jiu-jitsu matches. I think I'll still stay out there doing something.
Got you. Yeah, because the stuff you did for the UFC and coming out, like, man, I've been watching you since from like day one. And it's incredibly inspiring to see. And the biggest question I wanted to ask you was, like, you did UFC before it was cool, before it was mainstream. In fact, you were coming up at the same time of it, and a lot of its success, I would argue, is attributed to you. Did you fight because it's all you knew, or why did you fight before it became a cool thing to be a fighter?
I fight because I love fighting. I mean, I grew up doing martial arts. I was actually graduating in accounting. With an accounting degree. My grandma was mad at me I was doing kickboxing to keep competing. And my grandma was mad at me, like, when are you going to get a real job? And then I felt I was thinking about it, getting a real job. And I fought one mixed martial arts fight, and I'm like, nah, I like this. I'm gonna stick it here. And honestly, back when I started, I mean, a home run back then was maybe 150 grand, 200 grand a year.
Yeah.
I mean, not like for a fight. Now, like I say, like by the end of my career, I was making that on my shorts. You know, like stuff on my shorts. So, I mean, it became. I mean, it was a good choice for me. I made the right decision. But you know, it was because I love fighting. I just didn't want to get a real job.
But what about it? Is it hitting people? Is it avoiding getting hit?
It's the competition of it, and trying to beat that other person. I mean, I'm not a very violent. I'm actually not a very, very violent person as far as I don't like hurting people.
Yeah.
But when I go out there to fight you, I am trying to kill you.
You didn't
as soon as it's over, I hope you're all right. But I hope you're okay. But I am trying to take your head off. I'm trying to hurt you.
You didn't do that kind of stuff prior to fighting? Did you get in fights in high school and shit
I
like
got
that?
a lot of fights.
I don't know why I'm not buying your story about not being a like.
I always say I was never a bully. I never got picked on people, but I didn't like people picking on other people.
Yeah.
And I like to fight. So, you come up, someone going, oh, hey, he doesn't want to fight you, but I will.
Nice.
I figured out when I was about 21, 22, I always said I never made you fight me if you wanted to walk away. But when I was younger, it made it real hard for you to walk away. You had to put your tail between your legs and crawl off the door. And as I got older, I give you a bunch of outs.
Right.
I'll walk out. Hey, yeah, you want to do this or no?
You don't want to do this. Yeah. Like you probably tell people like, yo, trust me, you don't want to fucking do this.
Well, now since people got to see me fight, I don't have that problem. Guys don't come up and try to challenge me.
I can't imagine. Yeah.
I mean, really honestly, the guys, most guys, if you know who I am anyway, I'm not known as like a wrestler or a jiu-jitsu guy. I'm known as a brawler with heavy hands.
Yeah.
So that's not exactly the guy you want to fight in the street. I'm not, and really the the assholes that would actually do that are fans of mine. So
dude, that's a bucket list item.
Get knocked out by Chuck Liddell?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, might as well.
I've had guys I've had people really want me to hit them.
Yeah, you fucked up a couple. You fucked up a couple of my boys, Steve-O.
Oh yeah, that was for fun. That was fun. He's great. He's awesome, man.
Who's one of the Dudesons?
Yeah, I hit him that recently. Yeah,
he punched him in the face.
Yeah, the funny thing, they called me up and his manager goes, "Hey man, he wants you to come over and knock him out." I'm like, okay, look, man, I know that's what he does for a living, but does he understand what that means? Like, because if you ask me to knock you out, okay, here's the problem. I can't just kind of hit you. Because you put me on blast.
Yeah,
I got to hit. I'm going to hit you with everything I got.
It's your brand. You're representing your fucking brand.
I'm now going to hit you with everything I got. I did that with a guy with a body shot. I had a guy. We were in that's Kentucky Derby.
Okay.
Which a DJ the night before. We're out there and he goes, "Hey man, I think I can take a body shot from you." Dude, I've been drinking. I'm not going to hit you. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to hit you. And then he goes, "Well, can I announce that you're here?" I said, "Sure." So he announced that I'm there, and then says tells everyone he's going to take a body shot from me in front of everybody. So normally, if I hadn't been drinking and I knew you, okay, I'll give you a body shot, but I'll tap you, not real hard, just dig it a little bit, and usually most people drop, and that's fine. If it didn't drop, no big deal. Yeah. You put me on blast in front of everybody. I was world champ at the time.
Now you got to fuck him up.
Okay. Yeah. So now I'm hitting him with the kitchen sink. Now remember I've been drinking. I said I've been drinking. I warned him. So I was off by a little bit. Well, he was rolling on the ground for about 15, 20 minutes. He calls me the next day going, you motherfucker, you broke my ribs. I'm like, what'd you expect? I'm sorry. Actually, he was really cool about it. I mean, he didn't really try to get stupid.
If you're gonna break your ribs, that's how you do it at that point.
It's out back. But also, bro, I mean, what are you trying to do to me, dude? I don't want to do the body shot challenge with Chuck Liddell. Did you not hear the story he just told? Please. Ryan Garcia, no fucking problem. No offense, Ryan. Chuck's a big guy.
Was it a well-known DJ?
I forget his name. He was
his name was Diplo.
Imagine that was like some huge.
Diplo would do that, by the way. Wes would take a body
something like that.
I'd expect nothing less of the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah,
why have I not done that yet? That's great. Yo, side note, are they getting rid of the horse racing events?
I don't think so.
All right, well,
I know
in trouble for a lot of horses
dying on the track.
what? No dog racing though, yeah. Well, I thought there was an animal racing event that they're nixing completely.
Well, I think they want to kill. I think they want to get rid of all of those kind of events. There's people that want to. The Santa Ana track. I mean, how many horses died over that short? Was it 9, 10?
More.
Over a very short period of time?
Still.
And it is really dangerous. And if a horse breaks its leg, they just come out and kill it on the track, right? They put a tent up.
Florida banned greyhound racing.
Yeah.
Los Angeles considering banning horse racing.
Anyways, that's why the show's called Impaulsive.
Yeah, we're all
Yeah.
over the place.
Yeah, it's all good, man. I was listening to you earlier. Funny.
Thanks, bro.
Speaking of being out and about, I've seen you out at a couple clubs. You go out and hang out and
Yeah,
stuff.
I like that.
Party.
Good time. Yeah. I like that good time.
Nice,
Yeah, I'm not afraid
nice.
to.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to mix it up. No.
When Evan met him with you, right?
I wasn't there that night, but I've seen him a bunch of times, and I always think to myself, I'm like, dude, no matter what happens tonight, like everyone is just a little bit more on edge, like about not drinking too much and saying something stupid. Like usually it's all these like pussy ass like LA celebs, and you could say whatever the fuck you want, like joke around. But like, yo, you go up to Chuck Liddell, you had a few drinks, it's like, Chuck, very nice to meet you.
Yeah.
No disrespect. I know if you don't like meat, we could say something else. Like, like how do you? Just everybody's on guard.
Right. You guys are really on that vegan thing, huh?
Well, we were surrounded by him.
Yeah, we got a couple in the house. Yeah.
They're running around here.
You ever have a crazy story where you had to put someone in place when they approach you, whether it's like a fan or like at a party or?
You know, let me think. Not in a long time, man. I haven't had. Usually as I check people pretty quick. It's like, you know, but it's funny. You get these guys, big tough guys. I'll tell you a story. When I was in college, I had a guy. You know, he's throwing his shoulder into my buddy. He's about 6'3", 6'4", probably 230.
Big guy.
Yeah,
Big
big guy.
dude. I mean, at the time I was about 205. And, you know, so I go, okay. So I'm going to throw my shoulder in him. Hey, man, you got a problem? He's all, it started getting all tough. And okay, let's go outside. He's like, huh? My buddy owns this bar. I can't fight in here. Let's go outside. And he's like, are you coming? I mean, he's starting to start walking. Are you coming? Man, my wife left me. Here we go.
Oh, his heart comes
come
out.
on.
Damn.
Well, then that doesn't give me a right to pick on my buddy who's 145 pounds, soaking wet, and never fought a day in his life.
Can you
Leave him alone.
imagine that scenario,
No,
dude?
but
where-
I mean, but even back then, I don't know who I am. He didn't know who I was. I mean, I was just doing kickboxing back then, and it was like, but you know, you can read it in guys' eyes. I mean, I tell him, like, hey man, what the fuck do you say?
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, oh, hey, I didn't mean that. Sorry.
You know what? I'm sort of scared of nowadays. And actually, you kind of made me realize this. I feel like men are getting more and more brave when it comes to getting into street fights. And I watched you when you and Shannon had that little thing, and you didn't back down. And I think it's because like either he's not registering the danger that he's about to be in, or like the person who's pressing you, or he just doesn't care, which is his scenario. Like a drunk guy at a club who approaches me and is chirping at me, quite honestly, probably doesn't care enough about his health to not press me.
Right. That's a problem.
at the time.
And like in this story,
nowadays too, you got to worry. Everyone, and it used to happen all the time before too. Someone comes at you, does something, they take a swing at you, drop them, and then they're calling the cops. Like they want to press charges on you. I'm like, I thought you're trying to press charges right now.
Yeah.
I used to see it all the time. We'll see guy. I mean, I tell the cops, hey man, that guy, leave him alone, because that guy was trying to run away, and that guy took a swing at him. He turned around and dropped him. Now this guy's complaining. And you know, leave the guy's like, okay, we'll leave him alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are your hands registered weapons? Is that
You know, I hear that all the time. You know, here's the way I look at it. I mean, from what I understand, you're allowed to, you know, I'm still allowed to defend myself.
Yeah.
But you know, you held to a higher standard of, like, it's hard for me to say you know, if some guy comes up, a random guy, was I in fear of a serious bodily injury? I mean, no, if my wife's there and I say, hey, this guy's attacking my wife and I'm protecting her, I've got every right to protect her like anyone else does, or my kids or whatever. But yeah, I mean, you're held to a higher standard, and I'm going to be held, which is stupid too. Like people act like just because you're, you know, you're a fighter. You should be able to hit a guy just hard enough not just to stop him. You know, 'cause you don't know. Everybody has a different chin. I've had guys you whiff a jab by their face and they fall down, and you have other guys you hit them in the head with a brick and they're still standing looking at you like, you know. So it's so stupid. You know, you get in a street fight, guys gonna, if we fight, if I throw a punch, I'm gonna hit you.
Yeah,
I'm not holding anything back, and you're gonna drop you as fast as I can.
Yeah.
So.
Are you still involved with the UFC at all? You watching it?
Oh yeah, I still watch UFC. I'm still a fan of the sport. Big fan.
What do you think about the current state of the UFC? And has it changed at all since you were in it?
Well, it depends on what time when I was in it. I mean, there's a lot more fights. There's the thing when people start saying, "Oh, it's not as exciting." Look, man, there's 40 some odd UFCs a year now. So remember that you got to put on 400 actual matches. Yeah. Right. Figure 10 matches to fight 400. Before there was 6. So you're talking about 60 actual matches. You know, so obviously the talent, it's going to be watered down in it, but there's a lot of talent out there now. Yeah. There's a lot more guys training. And, you know, when we started, like, it was like you take a guy from boxing, they had boxing, and he'd have to learn wrestling and jiu-jitsu. Or you take a guy from wrestling, they have to learn jiu-jitsu and boxing. And now they're starting to learn everything from the beginning. And, you know, it's evolving that way. I mean, when I started, one of the advantages I had is I was a wrestler and a kickboxer. And so I had to learn jiu-jitsu, and so I only had to learn one extra element. But you know, it just keeps evolving, and the guys are going to keep getting better. I mean, nowadays we were trying to figure out how to spar, how to spar for this, how to train for this. Now they got nutritionists, strength coaches. They've been working on this for a long time, and it's just going to keep getting better. And guys are going to keep, you know, that started from the beginning and keep getting better and better.
What made you want to come out of retirement? Because when I saw that you were coming out of retirement to fight Ortiz, I mean, it was incredibly cool, but it's also a bold move.
You know, I love fighting. I missed it all that time, and you know, the opportunity came. Someone made the suggestion. And, you know, I got talked into it. It wasn't real hard to twist my arm. I've been training with guys. I still train with guys all the time. And, it wasn't,
Any takeaways from that fight?
No, well, for me, now looking back, I wish I'd fixed my, paid attention to my body and fixed my injury first. Because, I mean, that balance didn't help. I went back and watched the fight, and I tripped over the blue line in the beginning of the fight. I'm like, oh, shit. That was a problem. Okay, that would have helped if I had that problem. That's solid, but
no, it's a good takeaway, and I think a lot of people can learn from that. Like, trying to fight through injuries is for me actually, I think one of the most mentally draining things. Like when I get injured in training camp, or just even in general, it is so hard for me to pretend that I'm okay.
Yeah, but and it's the other thing too, where we do it so often and do it for so long that, you know, sometimes you have to listen to your body too.
I agree.
Yeah, and it's hard to get a, you know, I got a thick skull. We got thick skull. Yeah. Fighters we got thick skulls. It's hard to get a, hey, listen to your body. Something's not working right now.
When something doesn't work for me, and I fucked my body up in some way, shape, or form, the biggest thing that's helped me recover or get over it mentally, and not just pretend like my world is over because I pulled a hamstring 2 months before a fight, is sheer optimism and trust that it will get better. Like time heals all wounds, quite literally. And you got to trust. And if you do your rehab the right way and believe, then you'll probably get over that hump.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
That helps me. Have you ever had a crazy injury during a fight that you had to fight through? You always hear about fighters like breaking a wrist in round 2, and
I've never had anything real bad in a fight. I haven't had anything, I've gone into fights with torn MCL. It's the end of the first Tito.
How do you do that?
So the first end of the fight, I tore it 2 weeks before the first Tito fight. And if you, at the end of the round, when I run the first round, I kick in the head, right? I walk back to the corner like don't limp.
They can't see. You can't show anyone.
Don't limp. Not gonna kick again. Done kicking. We're done kicking.
Yeah. And knee injuries are.
And I want to. I mean, knocking him out the next round, like 30 seconds. But,
nice.
Nice. But yeah, it was like I threw that kick in it because it was like if he just inside leg kicked me, it would have froze. Like freeze my knee for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
15 seconds.
Because
it was torn pretty bad, but. But
You became an actor.
You have to because I
to.
didn't want to. That plus Tito's a head case, so I didn't want to give him any confidence. Like if he saw me limping back to my corner, that would have revived him. He would have
really?
He would have gone. I got a chance. I got to go after that leg. And but I made it over the corner and walked back. I let it rest and came back out and knocked him out. So
people underestimate those leg kicks too. Like we've been seeing a lot of, who was it the other recently that we were watching and they just kept going after that. I think it was Diaz that was getting struck by
Masvidal
over and over again. That leg kick to that quad region, just smacking it. You could see the whole leg is bright red, purple. And
it makes it hard to put weight on it.
Yeah,
to throw and then you start losing power in your right hand. You know, it's tough.
Yeah.
How did you enjoy the 30 for 30?
The 30 for 30 was great. I thought they did great. I thought they did a good job of covering a lot of issues, a lot of.
Yeah, you opened up about a lot of stuff. I feel like you haven't talked about too much before.
Yeah, I haven't talked about a lot of that stuff too much, but it's at some point you just don't care anymore.
Yeah,
I like stop caring about talking about things. So
yeah, the relationship with your dad, was that like the first time you kind of opened up about that?
That's the first time I talked about. I think it's the first time I really talked about it publicly.
Yeah,
so that it got a lot of coverage. But I just for a long time I don't think I care. I don't know that I cared that much. I mean I think I realized finally that I actually did care a little bit at the end. But I mean, that was kind of me actually seeing those kids off and telling them, pound sand. That was kind of where I kind of okay, I'm fine, I'm over it. I was done with it.
Yeah, I thought it was really, really well done. Yeah, one of my good friends, you worked with Micah Brown.
Yeah.
So he was my film mentor a while back.
Man, he did a really great job, and he had a lot of obstacles and a lot of stuff he had to deal with, and between UFC and ESPN and all that stuff, they had a lot of stuff, but they were covering a lot of material because I mean it reminded me of so many stories and so many things But they covered a lot of material, I think, pretty well.
Yeah. It's one of the greatest sports series, that 30 for 30 is incredible.
They did a great job.
Yeah. I heard the original intent of that wasn't to be what it became.
Really?
Yeah. I heard it was designed as it was something about the play on the words 30 on 30. What is it?
30
for 30. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it became that. I think that is one of the smartest things broadcasters are doing right now is producing like really high end premium content that hypes the fight. And that's why I just had my fight on DAZN. Yeah. They are by far the best partner we've ever had.
God.
And when a fight organization can optimize in that way, especially for social, I think if Bellator can nail down something like that, like Scott Coker, I hope you're listening. I mean, maybe I can help you a little bit, but I think they'd present a real competitor to the UFC. If you can optimize your content.
Yeah, you have to.
That Joshua Ruiz doc that we watched that they produced, it was a 38-minute piece of content that they made for YouTube, for their YouTube channel, that showed kind of the lead up to Ruiz Joshua 1 and had, Tyson's thoughts on it and who else, Holyfield's thoughts on it and all those guys there. And the way that was produced, if you haven't watched that piece yet,
it's called One Night.
One Night.
Yeah.
I'm going to check that out. That's
incredible.
It is awesome.
Produced by Sylvester Stallone.
Yep.
We went and watched it with Sylvester Stallone and Holyfield. And
you guys
was amazing.
Like dicking around on the red carpet with right
Rocky.
behind.
Some of the shit that happens, I still can't ever get used to, and I don't even fucking try to, dude. Like they're interviewing Rocky, and me and Logan are in the background like dicking around, and they're like, we're like over the volume of the fucking interview.
It's me, Mac, Mike, and Ryan Garcia being fucking idiots
on the
behind
black
Sylvester
carpet.
Stallone, who, by the way, I think is like 73, and that man looks great.
Yeah.
Some people just got it.
Yep.
I'm trying to be one of those people, man.
Money helps. Money helps.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. You do a lot of stuff to stay young with the right
Hey,
amount
you ever
of money.
fuck around with like stem cells and stuff?
Yeah, actually I did. I went down to Colombia recently.
No way.
Before I did the knee surgery, I tried on my knee, but I did both shoulders and my knee. And I got my doctor says my shoulders look like I played in the NFL for 15 years from the MRIs, but I couldn't put my jacket on. I couldn't lift my arms. I got both of them shot up in June.
Oh, they responded well.
Damn.
They responded great.
Wow.
They're amazing.
Damn.
What about the
my
knee?
knee? They said they even when I did it, they said I don't know if it's going to help much because it's bone on bone. There's nothing there to grow. There's nothing there to fix. There's nothing left. It was gone. It was just, it's a straight down. I waited. I was straight down to the bone, so there wasn't much to do.
Incredible. You sound like Frankenstein, man. You sound like you've like slowly pieced your body back together, sort of.
Yeah, no, it's a bunch of wear and tear. Most of my injuries, I've been lucky through my career as far as injuries go. I mean, most of my injuries are wear and tear. Like it just over time, your body's gonna gives out. You want to beat it up that much and that hard for that long, it's gonna give out at some point.
Versus just like a super like a moment of impact and break.
Break and snapping and breaking. My body stayed together pretty well.
Gotcha. It's you know what else was cool? Watching your come up was your success in the UFC allowed you to do a lot of different things in Hollywood. Like when I saw you on Entourage.
Oh, that was awesome.
That was crazy.
That was one of those things I asked everybody I knew. I love that show, so I wanted to be on it. I asked everybody I knew. 5 different people took credit for getting me on the show. I don't care. I don't care. Hey, thank you, everyone. I don't care who got me on there, but it was cool. I just wanted to come on and say hi to Vince or whatever, something, just a cameo. But I guess I talked to the writer afterwards. He said, well, we're going to have Chuck on. We might as well put him in because we're doing a prank show.
Oh, sick.
They were doing, because that show was like a You Got Got.
Yeah.
So they just, we'll just make Chuck the prank. So that's what they did. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
Probably the best show ever made. One of the best shows ever made. I mean, one of the.
I think it's the last show I've actually watched. It got a little serious at the end. I too much. It was a fun, like it was 23 minutes. It's like really kind of like just fun to watch and watch it. But that was a great show. I love watching. That was the last show that I think I've watched. I actually would try to watch it every Sunday when it aired. I didn't worry about TiVo it. Last show I think I've caught on time.
That and I watched Sopranos straight through every episode.
I didn't catch that till the end. I was coming up to the end. Someone said, you got to watch this. I binge watched that for like, I watched that. I was like watching like 3 episodes a day for a while.
Just came out with a full beard.
Talking like Tony Soprano, James Gandolfini.
Can you actually grow a full beard or is it only Fu Manchu?
It's only this. It doesn't grow anywhere else. That's why I stayed with this. Yeah.
It just gave up.
It's trained.
That's impressive.
What do you think makes a successful fighter in the UFC? And I ask because for selfish reasons, I may find myself doing a stint in MMA.
Well, for me, you need to be competent at all 3. I wrestling, jiu-jitsu, and striking. You need to be competent at all 3, really good at one. Like I think you need to excel at one, and then the other 2 you need to be competent at. And at least, like for me, like when I learned jiu-jitsu in the beginning, like I was in a rush to learn jiu-jitsu because I like to strike, I like to stuff. So I kind of concentrated on learning about 20% of jiu-jitsu, everything that they use to get off the bottom. And then obviously I had to learn to defend submissions, right? So I'd learn how to do, but I wasn't trying to work that a lot. I wasn't trying to drill it. I drilled getting off the bottom, staying in good position on top, and getting out and getting back up. And I was able to use that and I got really good at those things. So I could roll with those. I could roll with almost anybody out there and still get out. I get out and get away. That's all I wanted. And which is different. I mean, it's a little harder now. Guys have gotten used to. They've seen a lot of stuff that we started doing to get up and get out. But as you do it longer and longer, you get better and better at different options for getting out. And it's different because a lot of guys, jiu-jitsu guys, spend most of their time working on. They're used to other guys who are trying to roll them and get in position for submissions. So I'd be halfway through a move and then I just pull my leg out. I hip heist. And they're like, shit.
Yeah.
I thought he was going because they think I was going for something.
Wasn't ready for this.
And I'm now we're standing again.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but yeah, you have to be at least, competent. When I say competent, like either, and for wrestling, takedown defenses or takedowns or whatever, takedown and control on top. It just all depends, but you can mash it together any way you want. But you really have to be at the elite level. You have to be competent at all three.
There's definitely a overlap as well in each discipline. But I noticed because I did a little jujitsu in high school. I was a wrestler first, and when I would roll around with the BJJ guys, I would get caught in certain moves because of my wrestling habits.
Yes, for sure.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. Yeah. There's certain things that you do in wrestling that are just bad moves and
horrible. Yeah.
So you have to learn those. I mean, it doesn't take long to teach a wrestler how to correct those things, but it does. I mean, I always say if you send me somebody that hasn't, if I have to have one discipline, send me a guy that was a wrestler. Because a lot of mat time and things that take a long time to teach, balance, you know, so that makes it easier. I mean, I don't have to teach that stuff. I can teach the other stuff. Just teach them how to do the other things. But either way, you know, anyway, we work with anybody.
Yeah, I just read somewhere that wrestling base is the most important. If you have that not the most important, but if you have that strong wrestling base, it, like you just said, it makes teaching the other two disciplines a lot easier.
Yeah, well, it makes it. Yeah, that I think I can teach you how to. Plus, you give me, like you say, you give me an All-American wrestler. I already know he knows how to cut weight.
Yeah,
I already know he's mentally tough. You know, now I just got to find out if he can take a punch. Which means like I can't
teach that.
I can't teach a heart, and I can't teach you how to. I'm not willing to or take the time to teach a heart, or try to give you a heart, and I can't teach you a chin. So if you those two things are, but if you have athletic ability and you come in with some mental toughness, it's.
Are you training fighters by chance?
I'm not right now. I mean, I do work with some guys. I teach guys that are already fighting, but I'm not. I spend a lot of time with my kids and my family, so I don't, it's
well, it's just if someone on the show was like you know, an All-American wrestler, let's just say, and he had a chin, right? He could take some punches. I don't know. It could be cool if you trained him.
Yeah, I don't mind training people. I like training people, actually.
I'm referencing Logan, okay? I think it'd be dope if you trained him. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, man. I definitely want an MMA fight because I have a striking background now. I have a wrestling background, a strong wrestling background.
At least train.
Huh?
At least train.
Yeah, I'll train.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just start doing BJJ, bro. But have you seen my chokes?
What about these?
So my chicken leg's a problem.
Chicken legs. No, actually, I think so. My trainer, people used to make fun of his chicken legs. No, he kicks like a Mack truck. So.
Oh, great. Okay, sick.
Yeah, he can do splits too.
Yeah,
I wonder if that.
Flexibility.
I'll probably help you out.
I'll kick motherfuckers in the temple, bro.
Yeah.
No temple safe. None. Anyways, what was I gonna say? Probably something.
I think it would be something.
Who's your? Man, I like when we banter. That's probably why you're my friend.
It's my favorite part, dude.
Yeah,
it's
it's
my
cool.
favorite part of all of it. I want to ask him, is there anyone right now fighting that you wouldn't fight?
That's what I was gonna say.
Really? Shut up, really?
Nah, probably in a different way.
I was like, yeah, wait, what? We on the same.
I mean, there's no one I wouldn't fight. When I was fighting, I thought I could beat everybody.
Is there a dude though that is walking around with a little extra dominance than most people?
Who's the baddest man really right now in the UFC?
Oh man, that's tough. Baddest man in the UFC. Shoot, I don't know if I give that to anybody.
All right, let me ask you this then. A lot of heavyweight boxers and heavyweight MMA champions will claim the title of baddest man on the planet. You got boxers who are badasses. You got MMA fighters who are badasses. If you take the heavyweight boxing champion and the heavyweight UFC champion, who is the baddest man on the planet realistically?
UFC. I mean, you're talking about a street fight.
Yes.
Come on. The thing is, if say he's got heavy hands, one punch coming in, after that is closed. And even if if you give him that, if you don't do a low single and shoot in low and just take him down, once they if you've got no jiu-jitsu, no wrestling background,
You're fucked.
You will never. I will take you down. It won't take me. I'll take you down in a couple of seconds,
Right.
and you will never get off your back.
Yeah.
I can sit there and I can do whatever I want. I can roll around on top of you, spank you. I can make you look stupid. I can tap you on the. I can play with you like a little kid. I just I can give you whatever I wanted to do. Knocking your head.
Wet willy. Have you ever given someone a wet willy during a fight? Have you ever dished out a wet willy?
No, I haven't. No.
Okay, you should, somebody needs.
See, here's the thing. One of the things when I fight, I was always serious. Like I don't care how bad you were, or how good you were when I was fighting you. I'm trying to end you as fast as possible. I'm trying to hurt you as bad as I can. I'm not going to play with you. I'm not going to go out and try to carry you for a round or showboat or do that. That wasn't me. I'm going to go out there and try to end you as fast as possible.
Mm-hmm. So some fighters now sort of lead with that fun vibe. Like Masvidal's last fight specifically against Nate Diaz.
So funny, dude.
Yo, that dude is a showman, even when he's fighting.
Well, the first thing he did was that flying kick.
He went to go fake the flying knee, and Diaz stopped him in his tracks.
He had to, because he saw what he did to Askren with it, dude. And like when he did that, bro, everybody that was watching that fight collectively was just
laughing.
like, "What the fuck did he just? I can't believe he just did that."
Well, he's not gonna. Diaz, number one, is not gonna come in and shoot. Anyway, right. So it's like that running flying knee wouldn't really do much anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's smart.
Yeah.
I mean, doing it to Askren, good call, obviously. But, but you knew Askren as soon as he got close, he ran at him, he was going to duck down and shoot. You knew he was going to shoot. If he ran at him, he'd shoot. He had a good. He was showboat there. It started with the hands behind his back.
Hands behind his back always. That's how he starts, leaning against the fence, like nonchalant. He'll wink at the camera. I saw him do that. I was like,
"Who's that?"
I saw him blow a kiss to the camera.
Who's that?
Masvidal.
Oh, Masvidal. Yeah.
He like clinched with Diaz and just wink, blow a kiss.
He kept doing it.
And it sucks because your mentality is by far the best way to become champion of the world forever and go down in history. But man, those showmen in the ring, they're so fun to watch.
Do you know
everyone loves a showman, man?
Do you know who?
Oh yeah, I mean, everyone. I always say I don't like all the trash talking and stuff that like McGregor does. And it's funny though. His fans get mad at me because I say that, but then they don't read the rest of the article. He was one of my favorite guys. He was one of my top 5 guys I like to watch fight because he goes out there and fights.
Yeah.
And I get what he's doing. I know what he's doing. I think the Aldo fight, he won that fight because of the trash talking.
Absolutely.
He got in his head.
Yep.
He was mad. I've never seen Aldo run across a ring and start swinging. I mean, he's like a Thai guy. He comes out, feels you out for a round, sees where his things are, and then he attacks.
Yeah.
But he none of that. He ran across, got oops, and it was over.
Yep.
But I get it. What that does is bring in the fans. You got the hardcore fans, right?
Yeah.
You got hardcore fans, and then you got the fans that watch sometimes, and you got the people that will watch if there's a spectacle, if there's something big going.
Yep.
And that's what you want. I mean, if you want to get paid, those are the guys you need. You go all the way out to you start getting the people that are just watching because it's a show. And someone wants to see it.
I took note of this. Actually, at Andre's birthday party, we put the fight on TV, boxing fight, and some time had passed, and there was like a congregate of people watching this fight. It's something about fighting over any other sport just like forces people to watch it because I mean it's one of the most intense disciplined sports there is, and in many ways you're like risking your life when you hop in that cage.
Oh yeah, and it's one of those things that I think mixed martial arts is the greatest sport in the world. I mean, I love boxing too. I mean, I've never been the boxing versus MMA. I mean, we want to talk about us fighting in the street. I'm going to explain it to you, but we already explained that earlier. Yeah. But like I watch, they're both separate sports. They're different. Like the only thing that bothers me is boxing guys talking about the striking in MMA isn't the same. Well, you can't sit in the same stance. If you stand in a boxing stance with me, you got one round before I'm going to kick your leg so many times, you won't be able to put your foot, you won't be weight on it. I mean, if you can't block my leg kick, you're not going to stop it. It's not in a boxing stance. So, and if you put as much weight as they do on their feet, you can't do it.
Yeah.
It's a different, and like the timing changes from boxing to kickboxing. From kickboxing to MMA, the distance and timing changes. Everything changes.
How does a boxer beat an MMA fighter? Because I was thinking about before what you said about if you rush a guy in a street fight or in any fight, if it's MMA versus boxer, I can imagine that the MMA guy is going to win 9.9 times out of 10 because the takedown is the variable, right? Like if a boxer is not ready for it, by the way, they're usually top heavy guys. They're big swingers. If you go for the legs and you take that guy down, what is he going to do? So how does a boxer win? Just start striking like crazy? Like what is
he's going to have to catch you coming in.
Yeah.
I mean, just have to time it and catch you coming in, or he's got to learn how to stop a takedown. I mean, because
which by the way,
is not as easy as it sounds. It's not like, there's not like a, an easy fix. I used to get it all the time. I go to seminars. So, okay, how do you stop a takedown? I'm like, where do I start?
Give me 6 months, I'll tell you.
Because you gotta know what the guy's trying to do. I mean, you wrestled. If you don't know what his counter is, he's gonna get you to come one way, go the other way. You're gonna switch around, switch, and they'll just keep countering your counter. Yeah. You got to kind of understand how to block people.
Takedown defense was the reason I was as good as I was. I'm a big counter wrestler, and even in boxing, I'm like a counter striker.
And that's what helped me too. I was a great scrambler. I was hard to take down. I was really hard. Like, I'd lose by 1 point to the guy that took second in nationals.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'd have it, but I had my freshman year, I was 9-12. And I lost by 2 points to the guy that took second in nationals.
Damn.
But I was just hard to score on. Yeah. I was always hard to score on. So when you add that into fighting, now, and I hit a guy once or twice, and they're like, oh, shit, they back up.
Yeah.
They start shooting from further away. It makes it real easy to stop a takedown.
Yeah. Did you when you were in training camp and stuff? Did you ever party or
not during training camp? No.
What about
right after training?
Yeah,
post
training camp.
Post fight. Oh yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah, bro. I seen you at Dan Bilzerian's.
Yeah.
I know my man parties.
We've been asking everybody this. What about the sex leading into the fight? Are you a believer that you need to protect your
the seed?
No. I never.
We can't find one fucking person that believes this, except for anybody that trains him. Not one person, dude.
I never. Honestly, at least my coach, he boxed. He had like 200 amateur fights. He had probably 60 pro fights between boxing and kickboxing. And he said, early in his career, I was like, if I listened to that, I wouldn't have sex ever. I was 6 weeks out, 8 weeks out from a fight.
Sure, yeah.
So I'm like, screw that. He's like, I'm not doing that. And he's like, it doesn't bother. He says. His whole thing was at least he's just do me the favor the night before, just one time. Yeah. He's on the one time, and she's on top. That's what my training is.
Stay relaxed.
Thanks, John.
Shout out, John.
Bro, I come to practice, and Shannon would look at me and go, "Yo, you nut last night?" I'm like, no.
He could smell it.
But he knew every time.
Smell the nut.
and then in sparring is what really gave it away, bro. Because sometimes I'll be fighting, my legs are like shaking a little bit. I'm like, nah, I'm fine. My reaction's a little slow.
But now we're hearing that's not the case. My thought on it is
bad fucking day.
I think it's an old wives' tale from back in the day. Those guys used to go out, they go out. It's from carousing. It's going out and trying to get it. It's trying going out
energy.
Going out and drinking and smoking. Back in the day, back in like the 20s or 30s, smoking and drinking and going out and getting girls, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what it stems from. That's the only thing I can.
Nah, bro.
Because medically speaking, I don't think it. Scientifically speaking, I don't think it.
Well, there's no proof. There's no proof one way or the other. So, like, unless somebody's going to bring some sort of valid scientific proof that not busting.
But if it's in your head, if you believe it causes a problem, it'll cause a problem.
That's the problem. But that is the problem, because he would come home and Shannon would find out that he came a couple times, and then it would turn into Shannon saying, yo, like, now you're going to be fucked up. Now you're going to be fucked up. And then in his mind, he's like, now I'm fucked up. Now I'm fucked up. Now I'm fucked up.
Yo, so when I had my wet dreams the week of the fight, it fucked me up, bro.
Or you thought it did.
No, 2 days before the fight, I'm sitting, I'm like fucking coming in my bed, bro. I'm just like, this sucks. Yeah. 2 days before the fight? God, why? God, why? I'm not participating.
Well, I'll tell you why. It's because you weren't having sex.
Honestly, if you believe it, it can cause a problem. Then,
yeah.
I mean, if you don't believe
it's all mental.
It's a mental thing,
bro. And
sure.
It's
definitely not a physical thing.
I'm a moron in that if someone tells me like that I can't fuck, like unfortunately, like I want to fuck 100 times more than normal. If someone's like, yo, like regular schedule, regular programming. I don't know, once, twice a week, maybe. Like, if I can't have something, like, I'm that guy who needs it. You're
a spite banger.
Yes, bro. like, bro, I was having sex, bro, and like, I was thinking about Shannon.
Sorry, what?
Shannon was in the back of my head. Let's go, champ.
He's like, don't nut, champ.
Watch this, champ. Watch this, champ.
Don't nut, champ.
Don't nut, champ.
Let's go home, champ.
Let's go home, champ. After the fight.
See, you got to go back to that vegan stuff and just transfer energy.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah,
no sex, just the transfer energy.
That's funny. Sex in many ways, not to get too off topic, is a transfer of energy. Like I'll be blatantly honest. I had sex with a girl the other day, and like I was having a bad day.
Ooh.
And so like I gave her all my problems.
She just left and gets hit by an F-150.
Yeah, like it was like a stress reliever for me, but like I could feel unloading a weight off of my shoulders and giving it to her. Like, bro, when you have
That's
sex,
fucked up,
but in
man.
many ways, if a girl's having a bad day and you have sex with her, bro, like you get her problems, man.
Yeah, but why do I-
Mac
It'll
has a
come
theory
back
on
around.
this.
I hope not.
No, because I hope not too, because let's be honest, girls are always having a fucking bad day about something, bro. Like they're always having a bad day. Oh, so
Mac-
is that like
Mac has a theory on this. He says if you have sex with a girl, he believes you inherit her problems and all the guys she's ever had sex with, all their problems.
Yeah.
wait, Bilski or Antonov?
Mac Bilski, yeah.
Yeah, he's a wild
I could
one.
see it.
So why he refrains sometimes.
He hasn't
respect
been
that.
refraining lately.
I know. What's good?
He even brought a club rat home the other night. That was one of the most surprising things I ever seen in my fucking life. Dude.
So did Evan.
Yeah, actually, that's true.
The boys are getting at it? It's getting frisky?
Yeah, dude.
Damn, what is it? What do you guys think it is? There's something in the air?
I think now that we're not in training camp, I mean, you know this. You just said it. Like after training camp, it's time to party.
Oh yeah,
Especially-
you get. It's like you feel like you've been training so hard and being under control, and you gotta let loose.
Facts.
You gotta have
Facts.
some fun.
And coincidentally, it's like nearing the end of the year. We're feeling the holiday energy, like Thanksgiving, Christmas. I mean, I'm going home. I'm drinking with my friends.
First, you got to go to Hawaii too, dude.
With your
It's gonna be
family.
Crazy, yeah.
That's gonna be-
Going
that's
to
gonna be-
Hawaii on Wednesday. What? Did you watch any of his fight? Did you see any of the highlights from it or anything like that?
I didn't see the last one. I saw the first one, the amateur one. I didn't see the pro one. What the hell? What's a 2 point? Since when have they ever deducted 2 points for anything?
Yep.
I'm gonna sit back.
I mean, I'm sorry.
trying to figure that out.
I heard that and I was trying to load it. It just wasn't loading on my phone. But I was like, I gotta see what causes a 2 point deduction. I've never seen one.
Yo, listen.
I've watched. I'm a big fan of boxing. I'm watching boxing since I was a kid. I've never seen it.
I know one. Tyson bit off Holyfield's ear. They took 2
that
points
was
for
the
that.
last
Bro,
one.
I should
You can't. Evidently, you cannot bite off someone's bodily function. It's not. It's not okay.
I thought they just stopped the fight there.
It wasn't
I
the
thought
last
they.
one.
No, I didn't say it was the last one. I just said it was an example of a 2 point deduction. That's all.
Well, I mean, that's. That's the only thing I might. Actually, when someone said something, I'm like, well, maybe the Mike Tyson bite of ear would deduct too. I don't know. I probably just ended right.
Yeah.
2 points for the ear off, and they still fought.
So that's what I'm saying.
I thought they did. They keep.
Should I have just bit his ear?
When he bit his ear, and then when he bit it again. I think he bit it. And then
Yeah,
he
that's
bit it.
right.
yeah.
That is right. That's right.
I was like, they're like,
He
okay,
bit into his bloody orifice that was left from the first
he
fight.
said
What
he
a
said
savage.
he wanted seconds, dude.
Literally.
Damn, he went back for seconds.
Dude, Tyson is a whole different breed animal. He's a whole fucking different
In
breed,
that thing that we referenced, the one night, the Joshua Ruiz documentary, which by the way you should watch. Tyson quite literally steals the show. He is
the best.
I don't know what happened, but he became such a flamboyant, big personality,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it is incredible.
He was
He's
talking.
got his podcast, which is amazing,
Yeah.
Hot Boxing
Yeah.
with Mike Tyson, and he just blazes trees all day.
The whole time.
He's just a great guy.
He was talking about how when you get hit and your equilibrium's off, he's like, your mind's working, but your body's fucked up. And every time he would say it, like the crowd would burst into laughter. Like the entire crowd would be cracking. And
He's like, mind perfectly working, body fucked up.
Your body fucked up. The problem with Tyson though is like, no matter what he does, even when he's talking about something deathly serious, the crowd bursts into laughter. That's like one of those. That's like one of those situations where it's like you can't turn the clownery off just because of the way he exudes himself. But it's like, yeah, he's a character.
Such a great
bro.
human.
Yeah, he is.
I think the first time I ran into him, he's like, man, don't let those promoters screw you.
Really?
I was just
great
I was
advice.
outside a fight. We're going at some party up in the hills, Hollywood Hills.
Yeah.
And walking in, hey, don't let I like you. Don't let those promoters screw you.
He's not wrong though.
No, he's not. Good advice. Good advice.
Always
take
looking
it.
out.
All right. let's do audio only. It's like this, but audio only. It's on Spotify and iTunes. So Chuck Liddell, bro, thanks for coming on Impaulsive, brother.
Thanks for having me, man. It was a lot of fun. You guys are
Thank you,
killing
bro.
me.
What's your Instagram handle, your Twitter handle? Where can they find you?
Just at Chuck Liddell.
That makes sense.
That's
All
easy.
right,
Keep it simple.
stick around.
Keep it real simple.
Stick around. We're going to go to the audio only right now, exclusively only on Spotify and iTunes. You got to listen to it. After all, this is a podcast. It's audio based. So thank you for listening to Impaulsive, featuring Chuck Liddell, the #1 podcast in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, peace.
It was the one time you've ever seen me. I didn't say shit to anybody. I walked past everybody.
No way.
The first time I said anything is when I told that dude behind me that I was gonna fucking kill him in front of his family because he called our door friend Peter Dinklage, the dude from fucking Game of Thrones, as like a diss. He said it like underhanded, and I was like, "What the fuck did you just say?" And then I fucking flipped on him. I was like, "I'll kill you, bro," in the fucking arena, literally, bro. And I hadn't said anything else to anyone else.